Hey, beautiful people. Greetings. Dominique here. Is my collar all just disheveled? Greetings, everyone. How are you? How are you? Happy New Year. It is a new year, and I am very happy to be here. Very grateful. I hope you can hear me. I'm not sure that you can. Let's see. If you can hear me, type one, please. Because I won't know if you can hear me any other way, I guess. I'm not sure that my mic is working. So let me know if you can hear me. I'm not going to be here long, but I am going to be here in an impactful way. I want to be sure that I do my part, and this year has taken me on such an amazing journey. I've taken several losses this year, but I've also had many wins. And as I go into 2023, I kept asking God what I should be doing and what I should be focused on. And what kept coming back was be more authentic, share more, show up more. And I've been feeling like I've been in the dark room being developed, but not this year. Time to come out of the dark room. So, my focus is going to be on what I do best, which is helping people to start and build their financial foundation. And no, it's not sexy, sexy, sexy. But once your foundation is solid, it makes you sexy, sexy, sexy. And so that's what today is about. It's just three areas of your life that need to be solid in 2023. And listen, I speak from a place of authenticity and from a place where I don't have it all figured out. I just know what I have overcome and what I have been able to master and what I have been able to do, because a lot of this work is doing. And so I want to talk with you today about three areas that must be solid in 2023 that you can totally get in order. But I'm going to help you. I am going to create community around it. And that is my commitment this year, because I have to show up more. It is my assignment. And I have to be more authentic. It is my assignment. And so, what that means for me today is really talking about these three areas. So, what are they? Very simply, your mindset, your management, and your money. Now, if you know anything about me, and if you don't, you're about to learn, I believe that everything in divine order. Everything in divine order. So ultimately, there is an order for all that we desire. And today, I figure, well, let's talk about the order of money mastery. Let's talk about what is it going to take for us to get things where we want them, to design the life that we want to live. So, first area, your mindset. What does that really mean, right? What does it really mean to master your mindset? What is your mindset? Well, we're talking about financials, we're talking about money. So, your mindset is what you believe about money. It's what you think day in and day out. It's your relationship with it, because it ultimately filters into what you do. What you believe is what you then go on to do, right? Be, do, have. Be, do, have. No coincidence that the first two letters of believe are BE, right? B. So if you believe that you are abundant, you will do things that an abundant does, which will yield things that an abundant has. Be, do, have. So, what do you believe about money? What did last year, 2022, teach you about your money? What did it teach you about your behavior with your money? Did you accomplish the goals that you set? Did you set any goals? Did you half-ass the goals? Did you quit midway? What happened? What happened last year? Did you set out for these really big, ambitious things and then overall you didn't accomplish them? What happened last year with respect to your mindset? Did you get very discouraged? I mean, we've got several things to get discouraged about, right? There's inflation, there's the pandemic, there's rising rates, plenty, right? And I like to say we're living in an environment where we are seeing things we've only read in textbooks, but now we're living it out. So ultimately, we're living in a time where we've never seen such things financially. Again, you could only read them in a textbook, but now you're living it out. So, how has that impacted your relationship with your money? How has that impacted what you're doing with your money? Oh, thank you, Shahana, so much. Thank you, Keisha, so much. I was like, I don't know if my technology is working, but we're just gonna roll with it. you know, how have you been impacted with your mindset? And it doesn't always mean that it's bad. It could be good stuff. Maybe you shifted into healthier habits. Maybe you stop saying things that you're gonna do and not doing them. How have you been impacted with your mindset? Now, as an entrepreneur, I like to think that I am always developing myself. I have to. It's like I used to say, if I don't eat, if I don't kill, I don't eat. And that's somewhat still true, but I'm not in that mindset anymore. I allow things to flow to me, so I don't have to go out and hunt like I used to, right? But when I first started being an entrepreneur, it was go kill. If you don't kill, you don't eat. Created this hustle mentality, created this like get rich quick mentality. That's a mindset. But I've since shifted because that's tiring, it's stressful, and it's peaks and valleys. It's not consistent, right? And then it's not healthy. So I didn't want to stay there. I had to shift out of that mindset into one that's more relaxed. It's not stressful. It creates flow. It brings things to me. I become attractive because I am actually operating in a different mindset. And so if I am being different, I will do different. I will have different. Be, do, have. Right? So it starts with the be. Even if you're not that what you want to be, you've got to see it first. You've got to see what you want to be in order to be it. So mindset is important as we go into 2023. But it's not important just to be like, oh, I have a good money mindset. It's required so that you can do the things that will get you what you want to have financially. In my business, I like to say my clients are designing the life they want to live. And we start with their money mindset because I can't teach you strategy and you believe in all this crap, right? I can't teach you what you need to know and you're believing things that aren't real. Like we've got to start going back to the basics. As I said, the pandemic brought us back to basics and it's still here. So we've got to be able to check our mindset at the door. No more talking like money is the root of all evil. First of all, it's the love of money. That's the root of all evil. No more talking like money don't grow on trees. Yes, it do. It's made out of paper. Trees are everywhere. Right? Let's check our mindsets about what we can and can't do. Well, I can't do that until this comes in. Yes, you can. These if then statements, those are mindsets, right? I'll do that I'll save that 1,000 once I increase my income, right? I'll start investing once I save X amount. If then statements, they don't work for us anymore. not in 2023. They're just tactics to stall. So mindset has to be in order. And starting January 10th, I'm actually going to go live for 3 days. So mark your calendars. I'll talk more about this, where we will focus more on some techniques to get you through a mindset shift. They're easy, they're super easy. But who's talking about it, right? Who's showing you how to do it? And so, again, I am working on this. One thing about me, I will not share or do what I am not doing, and I'm not exactly where I want to be just yet. So I'm still doing the work. I use my own techniques that I teach my clients, and it moves my needle, but I still have to get to where I want to be. So I'm doing the work too. Experiencing a mindset shift can happen overnight, and it doesn't require you to do anything except for sit with yourself and be still, which a lot of us have trouble doing. Right? The one thing, sit still, be still, stop moving, stop being so busy, get off of this, stay on this, sit with yourself. A lot of us don't sit with ourselves. That's how we're going to get up here. We got to dissect what's up here. So, we're going to do some mindset shifts. Now, the second thing, management. Oh, I love management. Man, I'm becoming a master of management, because management is the key. It is the secret to building wealth. Now, I'm not wealthy financially as I want to be. And we'll define wealth in the 3-day live experience. So tap back into that. But I am not as wealthy as I want to be yet. In order to get there, though, I have to manage what I have. I am a woman of God. I believe in biblical principles, especially when it comes to the financials. But this stuff is simple. I mean, it really is, but it's counterintuitive. So, management is the second area, right? It's the second area that you need to have solid in 2023. What does it look like to manage my money? And then do it consistently. Well, I like to set up systems in my business for my clients. We manage our money based on systems. Why? Well, because businesses, profitable businesses, are run on systems. Well, what is a system? Well, a system is something you set up that replaces you so that you don't have to do all the work all the time. Instead, you somewhat duplicate yourself in whichever way you can, and let that duplication do the work. Then you come in as a manager of the systems. That's all. It's called work smarter, not harder, right? Setting up systems in your financial life will make you a manager of your money, which means you will begin to specialize in money management, which is how you will begin to manage your money. But you first have to be a manager. Be, do, have, right? It's consistent. It's the alignment. Be, do, have. Be a money manager so that you can manage your money systems and your financial life so that you can have wealth. And wealth has to be built, right? I mean, I don't know nobody that's won the lotto yet. I don't know any lotto winners. And so if it ain't overnight like that, I don't know no other way. I just know basics. And the basics have always proven to work. So we got to go back to basics with our money. Now, picture me this. If you've never been taught about money, which I've never been taught about money, and I specialize in working with first generation wealth builders who've never been taught about money, are making money, and want to manage and grow their money. That's who I serve. I serve people like me. I wasn't taught about money. I am making money, and I want to do better with managing and growing my money. So that's the space I play in, okay? But to that point, if you've never been taught about money, how do you know how to manage it? Subconsciously, you know how to manage it because you are like a computer. And when we were born, like computers, when you buy them, you open them up, right? It's stuff already downloaded on that computer. There are things you did not have to put on that computer. They came with it, downloaded already. That's how we are. When we're born, we are like computers. We are downloaded with things that our parents have given us, our environment has given us. We didn't necessarily ask for these downloads, but subconsciously and conditionally from our environment, they were downloaded into us in our subconscious. So, what we see and what we do and what we experience is how we learn how to manage our money. So, if you see somebody that's not managing their money, guess what? You're learning how to not manage your money. So, essentially, we are taught, we're just kind of taught the wrong things. Unless you were taught the right things, right? If you see your parents going to the bank, transferring money, budgeting at the table, making investment trades online, or calling their broker, you are learning how to manage your money because of what you see. But on the other hand, if you see your parents going to the grocery store every week or every other day, spending money here and there, not necessarily talking about what they're doing or putting things away, guess what? You're learning how not to be vocal about your money, how not to sit and budget. You're learning how to do what they did, right? And everybody is just doing the best that they can. So I'm at a point in life where I had to unlearn things that were subconsciously downloaded. Yes, that's going to take work. And no, you didn't do it. But yes, you got to put in this work because we have to uninstall. Just like a computer, we have to uninstall those subconscious behaviors, those subconscious mindsets. So now we can install and download the things that we do want there, like how to budget my money consistently, how to look at my numbers and tell a story. What is this budget telling me? Right? That's what it's about. But first, how do I even create a budget? Right? How do I do it that it fits me and I do it consistently? So that's where the community is going to come in because I know way too many women, in particular, black women in particular, who are doing amazing things. And when it comes to our money, we doing it alone. And I've learned the wealthy don't do things alone. They get into community, whether it's a mastermind, whether it's like linking up at the Rotary or Chambers of Commerce or these little private social groups. They get in community where they share ideas. So that's why I said I'm on assignment. I'm very clear about it this year that I have to show up more and I have to show up authentically when I do show up because I create community. I am excellent at creating small, intimate communities. I'm also the founder of the Black Women's Investment Club, which is something a lot of people don't know about because we don't promote ourselves. I like being low key with certain things because everybody don't need to know everything, right? Um, but we are an intimate group. And that's what I want to do this year. I want to create intimate spaces for us to get our money right together. No shame in our game, but we got to get the management down. And imagine the level of accountability we could create with each other, knowing that we doing the same thing. Right? So there's like no shame, there's vulnerability. You're willing to expose yourself out of the greatness of the greater good of moving everybody towards wealth. Like, I think that is so powerful. But I've never been invited to anything like that. No one has ever included me on such a community. So I'm like, well, if I haven't been invited and I've been a financial professional my entire career, I know my clients, my people, my community, they're not being invited. I have to create it. So that's what this year is going to be about. It is going to be about helping my people, women in particular, to get their mind right, master the management, build those systems, and then we manage our systems. And then the last area, money. Okay, well, isn't this all about money? Yeah, but a little different. A little different because money, this part of it is really like how we get it, right? Increasing your income, and then other ways to make it. Um, and then what to do with it. That's part of the management. That's like directing it, but also like leveraging it, like leveraging your money. So we can talk more about the investing piece. We can talk more about um, how to grow the money. Management is a part of that, but it's almost like a different level of money. Like money is a tool. So I want us to start thinking about the other tools that act like money, right? Like what are those other tools that we could be leveraging? For example, your network. Like I'm not really on social any as much as I used to be, but I will be because I'm showing up, right? That's my assignment. So I will be here. But I'm like I don't I'm purposeful. So if I'm going to have however many followers I have, I really need to be able to leverage them. I need to be able to use them like a tool. If you use a hammer to hit a nail in the wall, it ultimately allows you to hang something. So our network should ultimately allow us to do something else that's like the greater goal, right? Whether that's your family, that's like your maybe your first network, and then maybe people you work with or people who work for you if you're an entrepreneur, and then maybe it's any groups that you're a part of, and then like organically, or alumni groups, Crenshaw High, woo woo, in a house, right? If you're a part of things, you're a part of organizations, you're a part of groups, friend circles, how can we leverage that to create more money? So now it's passive, it's easy, it's kind of second nature. It's not the focus, but it still is creating something for us. Notice the word creating, right? Thank you, Father. Creating, because we are creators, right? When you design the life you want to live, you're creating a plan for your life. So, oh, this is good. Thank you, Father. Okay, so yeah. So those are the three areas: mindset, management, and money. And I want us to begin to reimagine that in 2023. Not what you know about it, but what you don't know about it. What don't you know about your money? What don't you know about management? What don't you know about your mindset? What is there to learn? So many of us think we know everything, right? But we can't. Like if you don't do what I do all day, then there's some stuff I know that you don't know, right? if if you're doing what you do all day, then there's stuff I don't know because I don't do what you do. So we've got to get in our lane, stay in our lane, master our lane, so then we could teach what's in our lane to others in those communities, share ideas, exchange value, and bam, now we're increasing our net worth. That's the ultimate goal because that's how we will measure what we're doing. So in this community that I'm building, through transparency, through vulnerability, and through just doing the work. Like, yeah, we gonna have to sit and write out our numbers sometimes. Yeah, we might have to read a book or watch a little podcast or listen to something so we could get the downloads, right? The information that we don't know, the things that we're not taught. Then we can apply it. That's knowledge. That's knowledge. So we're not just gonna learn. That's boring anyway. We about to do so we could be, do, have. And in doing that, we should see our numbers change. How will we know if our numbers change? Because we'll be tracking our net worth. What you track increases. Okay, so if we're not tracking our net worth, then we kind of don't know where we stand. And that will be our ultimate metric in this group. So that's it. I just want to get this thing going. So that's what today was about. Highlighting the three areas that must be solid. January 10th, I'm going to go live starting the 10th for 3 days. It'll be a really cool, well put together live. I'm working on these things now. I'm learning this technology now as well. And it's going to be very organized and very succinct. My goal is 30 minutes each day. Take questions and then give you my offer because there will be an offer, right? And that offer is going to look like a 20-day boot camp where we get our minds right. Because I don't want to download more stuff without our minds being right. And I have a system for that. And I'll share more about why that system was built, how it was built, because I hit rock bottom. And when I hit rock bottom, I needed a way to come out of it. And after I spent 20 days doing what I did and then coming out of that situation, I realized the power of this system. And since then, many people, I'm going to go check how many, but many people have gone through this system and have given me great feedback about how powerful and effective it is. So as we start a new year, what better way to get our money minds right other than like checking them? Reset. So this 20-day financial reset boot camp will be the offer. I'll talk more about that, but that's what's coming. So mark your calendars for January 10th. And here's the one thing I ask that you do. If you're not a part of my community already and you're interested in this community that I am building, you want to be a founder of that community, and then you're not receiving my emails, go ahead and DM me or private message me. I don't know what the language is on Facebook, but go ahead and send me that message just with your email. And with your email, I'll be able to reach out to you about what's coming up and we'll be in contact. But of course, you're going to see me on January 10th. But I'm going to be going live in between then, too. So much more value to come. Thank you so much for tapping in. And have a great evening. And I look forward to seeing you maybe tomorrow. Peace.